Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Power Rangers Cross Street Fighter, Morphed Ryu Crimson Hawk Ranger figure from Hasbro. This is very much a case of two great tastes tasting great together, and yeah, let's talk about why. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this is an absolutely beautiful figure, and you know, when we all saw that Power Rangers Legacy Wars short film a few years back, I think about 4 years back, never in a million years did I think we would see this design in plastic form, yet here we are. So what a time to be a collector. And yeah, I do have one small gripe with it, but I'll get to that in a second. First off, like, all the paint is super crisp, and that is highly commendable. Just everything looks very cleanly done, especially the tampographies here on the gloves. And yeah, just everything's super nice. I do have a slight bit of paint slip here on one of the boots. So slight that I can't even find it right now as I'm doing the review. So, so that should tell you, like, again, pretty good QC on these so far. Like, lines are super clean. I mean, and look at the belt. Like, that is fantastic. You can make out the design. The wording here on the belt looks great. The outline on the belt also super crisp. So just absolutely fantastic all around. Cuts a perfect silhouette too. You know, the kind of like overly developed arms here look excellent, and yeah, just really, really good. My one small gripe that I mentioned before is just basically the body color, the body and the legs. I guess this is from the comic version, so for whatever reason, there's kind of this dark cream color basically to everything that isn't the arms or the boots, and it really sticks out. And I actually didn't look at the comic version. However, in toy form, it's a little distracting. It looks like kind of, I don't know, something happened, the plastic aged or something like that. But you know, it definitely does not detract too much. I mean, overall, it's just such a beautiful figure that doesn't really enter into it for me, but you know, definitely worth noting. So that is aesthetics. Accessories here are damn near perfect, and yeah, that's awesome. So let's dive right in. Right off the bat, right out of the box, we get these kind of grasping Hadouken hands, very well sculpted. They look awesome. I love the bulk of them, especially because they're supposed to be these kind of heavy duty gloves. And then we get a pair of fists. So all as it should be. Then moving on to kind of complement and work with the other accessories, we get this stand. So you can see we got a triangle piece here, which actually has pegs to actually stand a figure on. As well as this piece right here, and that just slots in right there. And connection is pretty loose, so you can take it out as needed, but it will hold the weight of the effects pieces. So that's very, very nice. Then we move on to the 3 effects pieces. First one is this kind of fiery effect for the foot. You can see that there is a kind of indentation there, so you can just kind of slot that on. I believe it goes on the right foot, and just kind of this fiery effect, very nice translucency. Move on to this kind of Hawk Hadouken. I'm sure this has an actual name that I'm missing, so please let me know in the comments if you know what it is. And yeah, really cool sculpt on this one. This is just kind of really cool to look at, and you can see on this side there is a little port, and that slots onto the ball of the stand. And then finally, of course, we get the Hadouken itself, and just really nice sculpt. Very solid. Like, this is a solid hunk of plastic. And there you can see the port for the stand. So that's accessories. Articulation is beautiful and fluid for Ryu, and that is as it should be. So this is definitely a joy to pose. And yeah, let's jump into why from top to bottom as we do. So our head is on a ball joint up in there, and you can see there's a separate neck piece here. So we're actually getting some pretty nice down. Unfortunately, no real up. There's not really a lot of clearance at the back of the head sculpt, and the head I'm sorry, pardon me, the neck piece really doesn't move far back enough for you to get any up, which is a little sad. But then we do get an articulated headband, and that's actually on a ball joint. So we can actually move that all the way around, and we can also get some up and down on that as well. So really cool there. Nice detail that I truly appreciate. Then we move on to the shoulders. We do have our butterfly joint, so we can come forward, we can come back. We are hinge and swivel at the shoulder, coming into our T, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, hinge and swivel at the wrist, all horizontal. We have our ball joint at the diaphragm, so coming all the way around. Combine that with the ab crunch at the waist and coming all the way forward, arching all the way back. And we also get a rotation from that diaphragm joint. Coming to the hips, we do have drop downs as we have been seeing in the Lightning collection, and that allows us to get complete splits. Absolutely beautiful, and also perfect kick forward. Even some okay back, certainly better than a lot of other figures. Then we get thigh swivel, double jointed knees, we get boot swivel, and of course, we get point, we get some nice forward, and some crazy rocker. So that's articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other Lightning collection, with some other Hasbro and some Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters, and finally with an articulated Icons Oni and yours truly in human form as Valverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Lightning Collection Ryu Crimson Hawk Ranger figure is that this is a thing of beauty. As I had said earlier, this is not a character, a version of a character that I thought we would ever see in plastic, and now that it's here, it's beautiful. My minor gripes, again, are just kind of like, they're there, but they're not. They definitely do not sway my opinion of this figure in terms of it just being absolutely worth picking up and just a great piece to have in the collection. So if you're a fan of Street Fighter, Power Rangers, and you love this kind of mishmash of those two properties, then this is definitely for you. I'm really excited to see where they go with this line because we already have Chun-Li, which I'll be reviewing, probably in a few days, as well as Ken and Cammy are coming on the way. So yeah, just really good stuff. Absolutely pick this up. I don't know if this will show up on store shelves at any point. However, it is showing up on various online retailers. So I will have links in the description below to where you can pick it up if you are interested. So check that out. And with all of that being said, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. And if you did, all this normal stuff, at the very least, please leave me a like. Let me know you watched it and you got this far. And beyond that, if you want to help even more, there's just always to do that, list in the description. So yeah, thank you so much. I hope you join me in other videos for more stuff about Toku, dinosaurs, monsters, and wrestling. And beyond that, I just want to say that I hope you take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.